All right. Welcome, everybody. It's our Unity Healing Love Fest #4. And as I was just telling everyone, I just kind of got nudged to put this together when kind of everything started kicking off, about a month or so ago. And each week we've had different guests come on offering different special, amazing healing modalities and just sharing their gifts. And so today we're going to hear from Brittany Rogizinski and Catherine Kate, who are both very powerful healers, light language activators, and I'll close up also with a light language meditation. So today's kind of our light language healing fest. And I'm sure, as you guys all know, we're having to kind of hold the space of a higher vibration because the majority of the energy that's kind of floating around right now is pretty dense and fearful and heavy. I'm sure we've all felt it and sure we've all plugged into it at some point. I know I have. I was on a Zoom this weekend and I got off the Zoom with people who are, really plugged into the news and the media. And I got off and I was like, oh, it's like, oh my gosh, I can't wait for today. Cause I can still kind of feel that residual energy. And I've been doing work on myself to just, plug back in. And I was so aware after the global meditation we did Saturday evening, that 9:45 Central Time. And I'm sure you guys have seen some of the Facebook posts of the Schumann resonance and how that impacted. And I woke up the next day feeling so light and expansive. It was really neat. So it's just interesting to watch and observe myself and the waves of, where I'm at and what energies I'm kind of experiencing. So again, my goal, my intention for this was to just, support keeping in the highest vibration possible, as well as to support you when you're not in a high vibration. Like we had kind of a rough morning here. I was telling Catherine, like my kiddo wiped out all his spooks, his entire laptop. And, it was a little bit messy. And so I was like, oh, I'm so glad I get to participate today. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to Brittany. I'll just share a little bit about Brittany if you guys haven't met her before. I just had it up. Hold on. I'm going to pull it up right here, Brittany. Brittany and I met, I don't know, a few years ago when she was kind of more involved in access consciousness. And then she's been, experiencing more of the shamanic journeys and opening up a lot within herself, and light languages came through for her, I think, just last year, and other gifts as well, because we're all opening up to our gifts, right? Like that's part of this whole process, is this internal awakening. So Brittany's a body worker and activator. She uses sound techniques such as light language, toning, and other instruments to aid in the awakening of the body and being. And her main focus now is to assist in the collective awakening by empowering people to know their own power. So important. This is it, right? That's the key phrase right now, our own power, and to reconnect with the earth and nature spirits. She was a former access consciousness facilitator, now turned self-master, which I love that statement, Britt. And I love, it's been so fun to watch your evolution and all of our evolutions, right? Where we begin to trust more and follow our inner guidance. And so Brittany, take it away.
Thank you so much. And I just really want to thank Jen for opening this space up and having me on. And thank you guys all so much for being here and aiding and contributing to energy and raising the vibration on the planet at this time, because that is really what we're being called to do. If you're a light worker at this time, to really hold your light and help anchor it into planet Earth and raise the planet's vibration, because she really needs assistance right now. So as Jen said, I work with a lot of different energies. My past was in access, so sometimes I do use tools from them still. But right now I'm really on the path of self-mastery and receiving information from inside myself. And as she said, that's really something I'd like to empower and awaken in all of you. I was woken to what I call light language last year, and that was during like a shamanic ceremony. And during that, I really thought that I was more in tune with like the astral realm and the aliens and things like that. But now, as I'm really awakening into more of the capacities, I see my ties to Earth and the ancient ones and the Native Americans. And so, what I bring is really my awareness now. I have an aspect of awareness of all timelines through time and space. So the beginning, the ancient ones that roamed this earth, they speak through me, as well as the light beings and the aliens that are from beyond this world. So all of those aspects are functioning through me and bringing vibrations and frequencies that I bring through my voice. And so what I do is I hold a space for the bodies on here to start to remember all aspects of themselves, to start to remember who they truly are. All aspects of you can be accessed during this time and are asking to be accessed during this time so that you can remember everything that you are, and so that you can remember that oneness and that true essence of you. And so, what I was really being called to share on today's Zoom here was really allowing yourself to receive those energies and being the clearest channel that you can for yourself. And with that comes really respecting your body in that way and seeing the interconnectedness between your body and your mind and the earth. So for me, my body directly reflects onto this planet. Okay. So there's that direct connection that you have with planet Earth at this time. So you need to treat your body as if you were treating the planet the same way. Does that make sense? Treat your body. What does the earth need? What are you projecting that the earth needs right now? Does it need detoxified? Does it need cleaner water? Does it need to raise its vibration? Guess what? So does your body. Okay. So that's the easiest way for me to give you that information. And, one of the main things that I hear a lot of times is how magical we are. And we are magic, how we can transmute energies, how we can change food into higher vibrations and things like that. And I want to say, yes, we can. I'm not saying you can't eat what you so desire. You can absolutely do that. The only thing that I'm saying is it's not helping raise your vibration at this time. So really start to ask what foods, what energies are required to put into this vessel that I'm using right now that can help me be a clear channel of myself and receive that power, that strength, that wisdom, that magic that I am, and bring that to the earth. So I just wanted to really stress that. And I also want to ask for you guys, if you can, when I tapped into the group, one of the things is if we are aware of multiple aspects of us and multiple dimensions, you're aware of other lives that you're having right now. And that's always fun to have that awareness. But right now, planet Earth is really needing you to recommit to being here. Okay. So this is your home right now. We are your family, humanity. So if anybody ever gets that inkling that, I just want to go home, or like, I miss my family, this is your family now. You chose to be here at this time. I am your sister, just as Jen is, just as we all are. We're brothers and sisters on this planet right now. I don't care what astral realm you're from or planet. This is your home now. Mother Earth, has adopted you to be her child. And with that choice, you must recommit to her, to being here. This is a time when you can leave if you want, like you want to leave, go ahead, you have the option. But since you're on this call, I'm thinking that you probably want to re-up your contract. Okay. And so by doing that, new things will awaken for you to do. If you're feeling lost in your purpose, perhaps it's because you need to recommit. Okay. You need to re-up. You need to say, okay, what now, Mother Earth? What now? And these new energies will awaken in you. So I do sing songs now, and I use a lot of instruments and things like that to kind of help clear the space. So I'm going to start doing some work on all of your bodies to help you to remember who you are, remember why you came to this planet, remember that this life that you're living is sacred, that this life you are living has purpose, and that by you choosing to recommit to you and being here, you are doing miraculous things for yourself, for your family, for this planet. And so whatever it is that you are seeking, it is available to you. Ask your body right now, what would you like to receive? What do you have questions about? And I'll pause just for a moment if anybody does have any questions. Anybody does have any questions, just stop me now. Otherwise, we're just going into the process. Okay, so really check your space right now. Take a couple deep breaths. We're really connecting with all of the elements of nature right now. And so one of them is air. And so remember, if your body is earth, guess what? Earth needs air. Okay, so you need to start to breathe in deeply. Find that connectedness in your heart, your true heart space, and that fire within you. That's another element that we're going to be bringing in. That fire that is in you, that passion for life, that passion to create. And we're going to use that to awaken your body to your true essence. We're also going to be calling in water. And this element will cleanse and renew you, and it will also strengthen you. So what invitation can you be for these elements, for the earth that you are? You are earth. You are one of the elements. You're one of the key elements on this planet. So allow yourself to settle in to your body, your universe, the planet of you. And I want you to just ask the energies of you to start radiating down through the top of your head into that heart space of yours. And I want them to come out from every angle. So from your heart, from the back of you, from both sides, from every angle, below, above. All is you. All is you. Remember that all is you. And allow the energies to just swirl around you that are you. Feeling safe in the cocoon of you that you are. And I will call upon the beings that love you, specifically you, unconditionally. And I will ask them to wrap their arms around the space that you're in, to hold you in this divine, unconditional love that many have forgotten. Now's the time for you to awaken to this unconditional love that is you. Allow your ancestors, allow the ancient ones, allow the light beings, allow them to show you and remind you the true essence that you are. So take another couple deep breaths. expand your heart. I will ask to be the vibrations and frequencies that your body needs to remember to allow your barriers down, to open up a space of greater receiving for your personal power, and to let go of everything that is not you. Ya ya, ukaya, ya ya, ushaya, ekaya, ikaya, jaya, ukaya. Ikayana suyaki tayana suya priyakusha yana. E sayaki tayana chuyi kayana heyakusha yana. E sayana tuyana eya priyakusha yana. Prusha yana. E kashayana priyakuyana suyi kayana. Heyayana ushayana kiyana suyaka. Ekayana ukayana siyakuchayana. Taking a deep breath, the nature spirits would like to contribute wisdom to your body. The ancient ones would like to contribute wisdom to your body. Will you say yes and letting them in? Connect with your body as the wisdom of the plant world and the ancient tribal wisdom of past shamans that have come before you, your family lineage, your ancestral line, come to contribute to your body and awakening these energies now. Kayana heya, kayana heya, isayana hiya, kaya, kayana heya, kayana hoa, kaya, kayana. Taking another deep breath into your heart. Letting this be the ceremony for you that reminds you of your sacredness, that brings you home to your body, that reminds you that this earth is part of you, that this is your home now. Feeling yourself, wrap yourself in unconditional love. You're safe, you're home. Allow the light from the sun to pour through you, activating any dormant cells, aiding in the remembering of who you truly be, all aspects of you and your divine purpose. So I will ask for you all to just bring your hands together in front of your body so that you're palm to palm. I want you to feel the energy of you running from your heart into your hands and back around again. And I want you to feel yourself giving you a hug, reminding yourself that you're not alone. You're never alone. You're always there, loving you unconditionally. Yayana sui kayana, I kayana chuya sayana ku, I tayana siya ku yi niasaya, E shayana suya kiyana sui kayana, O shayana siya kuyana saya hea, E kayana sui ka heyana sui, E shayana su. Sweet beings, filled with divine light, please stop forgetting the unconditional love that you've come from. Transmute this fear-based reality into love. Value your gifts, your capacities, your intuition. You are not to be undervalued. You are special. You are magic. You are here to lift this planet up. Don't forget how valuable that is, my sweet ones. Oh, Shayana. Oh, Shayana. Oh, Oh, Shanaya. Priyana. So I'm actually going to help ground us a little bit now by um, hitting this tuning fork that is a grounding vibration, bringing us back a little bit more into our bodies, letting our bodies receive and integrate whatever they received, while anchoring these energies into planet Earth. So just listen if you can hear. I'll hit this as well. And so just breathing that wonderful air in, allowing any other elements to contribute to bringing you back a little bit more. Knowing that anything that you came here for, you received, whether you have awareness of it now or not, and to be unlocked at any time and space that you so choose and allow. For time is an illusion and all is accessible now, but based on your awareness and your storyline, you shall choose when to see the results. So thank you all so much for being here, for receiving, for choosing you, and trust that as you rise into your knowledge, your self-mastery, so will the world. What you see outwardly that requires fixing, always look inwardly at yourself first. See what it is that you truly require. So thank you so much. You can come open your eyes if they're not open. Look around your room. Connect with the ground. Stabilize. You're alive, you're alive, you're alive. Welcome back. And what else is truly possible now? Thank you so much, Jen.
Thank you, Britt. That was amazing. And I'd love to just see if anyone has any questions or any shares before
Oh yeah,
we.
any questions at all, I'm here to answer as well.
That was super powerful, Britt.
Thank you. Have a lot of powerful ancestors that are me now, so how lucky.
I don't know if you're seeing the comments, Britt. Everyone's just
Yeah, you're welcome.
chills. Wonderful.
You're so welcome. Thank you guys so much again for joining. It really does mean a lot to be able to share these energies and to have them received. Because I'm sure you know a lot of people think this stuff is weird. So I'm happy there's a bunch of weirdos on here cheering me on.
Is tears and full body chills. Yeah. And you know, Britt, you shared so much energetically, and you know, and the wisdom of what you said. I really would encourage everyone to go back and listen again, because in that short span of time, I think there was a lot of powerful
Yeah,
shares.
I'm also pretty fast. Those are part of my gifts. I have changed someone's whole reality in a 20-minute session. So it's like, it's a gift and a curse sometimes because, it's like 20-minute session with me and then they can't walk for a week, but I might never see them again. So, it's good and bad for my business, I guess. um, so yes, even though it was only 20 minutes, I assure you, it was exactly what was required.
Exactly. And tell everyone how they can reach you, and if you have anything coming up online or any events that you're doing.
I do have another free or donation event coming up on Wednesday. The best place to reach me is on Facebook, honestly. So if anybody's interested, I did also just do a 5-day meditation group, and I'm looking to see what is asking to be created next. So my next event's on Wednesday though, and it's also free. So
Awesome. So I just typed your name in the chat so people can.
Yeah, that's the best way to reach me, and I'm pretty good if you message me on Facebook to respond.
Awesome. Thank you, Britt. Any questions before we bring Miss Catherine on? Okay. Well, thanks again. That was super duper powerful. Like my hands were shaking when they were, yeah.
I was shaking as well. I shake and sweat, and sometimes I can't breathe afterwards, but I'm all right.
What's so funny? Just I've got some people on this call who are in a group of mine. We're doing a 6-month program called the Academy, and similar to you, like I've often connected to kind of more of the astral beings, and what's been coming through more so lately this past 6 months or so is a lot of Native American energy that I hadn't ever really tapped into before.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that message struck me so significantly in terms of like the commitment to be here on earth. I think that's really important. I've worked with so many clients who I think from the time that they were born struggled being here, including myself, the highly sensitive, the empathic, and having to be on this earth at this time has been a challenge. And so I think that message that you brought through so strongly in terms of like, this is our choice, this is what we are here to do and be, and to commit to that, to commit to ourselves, to commit to the earth equally, like that was really huge. So
yeah, and if you identify, which I identified up until recently as being a light being placed in this human body, and what I realize now is I'm a hybrid, like, and I'm not just this out of place light being in this human body. I am this multidimensional being that has received from this body and has chosen to be part of this hybrid society where I am healing human bloodlines. So they are now a part of me. It's not just I'm a light being. I'm a hybrid. I'm human as well as being a light being. So I would just ask if there's any truth in that for you, because I was separating myself from my family and the bloodline that I stepped into to heal.
Mm,
And so I would just see if that resonates at all for you. And now that I have started to receive from my human body's bloodline and my human body's ancestors, it is like a completely different world.
mm,
So just having that awareness that it's like, I'm not some out of place light being placed in some human body. I am a hybrid being that is receiving from the human form and healing this is part of who I am now in the
mm.
multidimensional aspects of me.
Yeah. And all those generations that we,
Right.
yeah, are connected to that. I agree. I think we sometimes like want to just cut that off and just focus on,
Right. Like, I'm just a light being. And it's like, well, actually, you chose to be here. This is part of you now and all the aspects of you. So stop making the human form so wrong. Stop disregarding it.
yeah.
Start
And
receiving
and
from
I
it.
think that, well, those of us who, are on this call, light workers, we're here to help clear those generational ancestral lineages from, the lines of trauma, fear, whatever it is. So, yeah, thank you for that too.
You're welcome.
So everyone's, several people are saying they can really relate to that and identify with that. So thank you for all those wonderful, powerful messages and energies, and so appreciate you being here today, Britt.
So grateful, and I can't wait to connect with you again. I do work with a lot of plants and like herbal medicines and things like that. So if anyone's down in Dallas, I would definitely, when we're out of all of this, I grow my own plants now. So I will be heading to Dallas eventually.
Awesome. Yeah, that hasn't gone away just because we're in a little bit of a delay. So
Right,
we will
totally,
be here
totally.
for sure. Awesome. All right. Well, thanks, Britt. And then
Thank you.
let's open up to our next speaker, Catherine Cates, who I should have pulled up the bio right now, but I'll just wing it. Catherine is an extremely gifted psychic, light language activator, communicator with those higher dimensional beings that we've been talking about. And she just has this beautiful, gentle spirit that is so loving. And she's here today to just share some perspective on kind of how she's perceiving things, and that might help us to plug into some of those higher perspectives, and then maybe sharing some light language. So we're just going to see where we go with that. So Catherine, would you please join us?
Yeah, here I am. Hey, everybody. Thanks for having me, Jen, and for everybody showing up. Brittany, I want to just give a special thanks to you as well. That was amazing. That was amazing. And when you were doing that, I could see you as this Native American beautiful woman with your long dark hair flowing, and you were standing like on the edge of like a lake or a stream or something. I could just see like the wind like gently blowing your hair while you were doing a light language, and it was just so beautiful and so powerful. And I felt like the language was telling us, kind of reiterating what your message was. We're here to Earth, whether you like it or not. This is our home planet right now. We're here to serve and honor the Earth and help raise the consciousness of the planet. So that was my interpretation. So thank you for that. It was beautiful, because that's kind of what I feel is going on right now. You look like you wanted to say something, Jen.
Oh, just someone was mentioning that the background's kind of like it's fuzzy too, so it's kind of hard to see. Like you're a little blurry, but we
Is
can
that
still
better?
hear you. So if yeah, yeah, you
Is that
look
better?
very etheric, actually.
Sorry about that. I'm improvising in the guest room because my husband is upstairs working not far from me. So I'm like trying to be quiet and calm and unobtrusive. That's the thing. We're all working at home and you just got to make do, right?
Exactly.
So,
Exactly.
yeah. So the thing that was going on for me was that y'all know who the Syrians are, right? From the planet Sirius, the dog star, the brightest, well, one of the brightest stars in our sky. Anyway, they were working with me last year and they were talking to me about fear. And I was wanting to share that a while back with some things. And then all my talks kept getting canceled, had other commitments, blah, blah, blah. And then this came about, and I'm like, oh my goodness, we're in this fear like we've never been in before, right? This is like big time fear. And it's normal for all of us to go in and out of it. And the other day, I was saying on Facebook that I was watching the news briefly, kind of walk through the room. My husband had it on, and I just started crying. I'm like, I can't deal with it. And he's like, what's wrong? I'm like, I just can't. It's too much fear. I got to get out of here. So I said, leave the room. It's just overwhelming. Whether you want to believe what's on the news or not, I'm not going to discuss that, but they are putting a lot of fear in us. You got to agree with that. So the big thing with fear is that it's not real. It feels real when we're in it. We can all relate to that. But there's that acronym, false events appearing real. That's what fear stands for. And it truly is. And that's what the Syrians were telling me, that it's just a program, like a software program. And that it was put in there when they created this hologram that we call our reality, not because the Syrians are the bad guys, because they're totally not, but because they created this. They're the creators of this hologram. They're the programmers, and they felt like, how can you learn and grow without the duality? You have to have black with white and light with dark and good with bad and right and wrong, right? So they said, well, we're going to put some fear into the mix, because how else can these humans figure it out and grow? And I know it doesn't feel comfortable to us, but that was the plan. And we've been in fear for, how many thousands of years? Like a lot. And now we're in this new cycle. If you've read anything about that 26,000 year cycle of light, we're back in the upswing since 2012. We're climbing back up to the light. And I just totally feel that this whole thing that we're going through right now with the virus and this fear gate, if you will, is just about helping us transcend that last little bit of fear, you know? and raise the consciousness of the planet. And thankfully, we have all these global meditations that have been going on. We have people like Brittany and other healers who are here doing the work to just raise the fear, raise the consciousness. I mean, get out of the fear. This is time. And we as light workers just have to step up and be the torchbearers. And, Jen and I were talking about this, and I'm like, yeah, I know I got to do it, but I don't really want to do it because I have a fear of being in front of people. And that's my fear. But I know it's not real, because fear isn't real. So now is the time for us to all just step up and unite and get out of it, get out of your head. I know people are in the streets and you can look around and say, yeah, but this really, we have to be inside. Yeah, we do, because we're being safe. But you can also use the time to go inward and meditate. Like Jen says, she's got her bowls and all kinds of tools we can play with. Now's the time to bring them out, girls. Get out your tool belt. This is when we've got to stand up and use them and show people the way, because they're lost. And I think PJ had said something in the comments that she just talked to somebody who son wanted to check out. And if that means as in leave the planet, I get it. And some people are going to leave. And that happens with everything. Even the seasonal flu kills more people than this flu. People are going to leave. We don't want our loved ones to leave, of course. But that's part of what's going on right now. And those of us that are here have to uplift the ones that are in grief and in sorrow and depression, so we can help them get out of it, so they can contribute and raise the world. That's what it's about right now. Yeah, totally. I feel some light language coming on. Hini isa kasu ushwara ni sahashtabora mahasa hajira hunaya hashahu. Me izi kashtabara de ashira hara de sugar bas. Hawisha na disira garoran mahashira garoran nishtak orash. Hey jahujane sahasha haiku. Meja zuhurna mazikashta ida that's skora na goya. Heisa hahosha maida ajawa. I don't know what that just said, but it just had to come through. Well, I'm still vibrating.
I felt that. Yeah. I'm wondering, Catherine, if, and this question also for Britt later on, if you guys have some just easy, practical advice for everybody listening on how to, stay in that higher consciousness to, when we get plugged into the lower things like fear that just kind of sometimes it's almost like it blindsides you sometimes. You're like, oh shoot, I'm in fear. Like, how did this happen? And what are some what's advice that you could give to everyone to support themselves through this?
The only way out is through, unfortunately. When we're growing, when we're on our path, we just you gotta feel the fear and just process it. There's really no way around it. However, sometimes I get stuck in that little fear in my head, like, I don't know, I can't even think of something right now, but what if blah, blah, blah happens and it's totally absurd? And then I just go, okay, fear is a program. And I just turn it off. I go, okay, I'm not going to listen to that. And I just turn it off. With that kind of fear, for me, I have found with the realization to know that you can just turn it off. I just flip the switch and turn it off. But when you're in fear about this, that's a little different. That's heavier. It's bigger, right? So my suggestion is you got to just process it. And if it means having a cry like I've had several nights, because I realize it's not mine. A lot of nights I'm feeling this fear and it's so heavy, especially when I was walking through and listening to the news. It's like, it's not mine. So a couple of nights, what I did when I went to bed was I just imagined all the fear from your neighbors, the whole neighborhood, your city, the world, whatever, and just gathering it up in this big ball. Throw your fear in there too. Throw it in a big energetic ball. And I colored it red because red is the color of the root chakra, and it peaked at twinging our survival right now, our fear of survival, which is the most fundamental fear we have. And so I made it a red ball of energy, and then I just went and just like lobbing a ball over the volleyball net, and I just let the fear go. And I felt so much lighter after I did that, truly. And if you don't, just keep doing it or do something else that works for you, but just transmute that fear because most of it is not ours. And it is our job as light workers because we know what it is. Transmute it. Let the universe work her magic. She's smart. She's intelligent. She'll rework it. Yeah.
Thank you. Wonderful advice. And I don't know if you're seeing the comments, but a couple people commented that they started crying during your transmission. And Christy, she has a beautiful gift of translating light language, and she said, "I heard you are called to come together to heal yourselves, each other, and our planet." And
Ooh,
they were saying powerful and
I'm getting chills with that.
yep.
That feels accurate, Christy. Thank you. I
So
just channel it. I don't always know what I'm saying. I just channel it.
exactly. So Carrie's asking if you feel you naturally have light to give, but no idea what you are supposed to do to shine your light. What can we do to tap into answers or clarity?
Well, that's tapping into your intuition. And, you just have to get quiet and listen to feel that. And I don't know where you're at in your process of being plugged into your intuition, but the first step was always knowing how you get your information. Do you hear it, feel it, see it, smell it, taste it, whatever? And then trust it. and keep listening to it. And that's how you'll get the guidance on what to do with your light right now. I hope that helps as an answer.
I I agree, and I personally have felt like my purpose is shifting, and I don't quite have an exact idea of what that's supposed to be quite yet. So I'm in flow with it, but I'm also in question about it, and being in question without an attachment to trying to figure it out. So, as Catherine mentioned, just connecting in and listening and being in the curiosity of, what is it I'm supposed to be here to do? And I'm starting to now get that response, which actually was surprising. Like some of the words I heard were different than ones I would use. Like, for instance, I heard the word like, you're an architect. I'm like, what? I would never associate that word. And, it's building new. So, Carrie, I would, just be in the question, and you might try, in addition to just meditating and going into the meditation with the question without the expectation to the answer, and then maybe just journaling and just feeling what's the next step without making a big, like, oh, this is my big purpose and this is what I'm here to do, and like we attach to this like outcome, and sometimes it's just a small step, sometimes it's just a phone call, sometimes it's just a word that kind of sparks something. So hopefully that will.
Yeah, good answer, Jen. I like that. Be curious. Absolutely.
Yeah, Alan says, I would say, in looking for guidance, listen from your heart center. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And Kaylee sent a link. Kaylee, what link is that? I don't think I saw an explanation. All right, so back to Catherine. Anything else?
Oh, sorry. That's a link to Tracy Clark. She does a lot of energy work, but she's got what's called the One Simple Tool, and she uses that to connect to your heart center.
Okay.
And what it does, it releases all the hidden programmings and viruses and stuff, but it also centers you back into the truth of who you are. And she uses it all for just about everything, but it really works with anxiety, with depression, with releasing a lot of the other emotions as well.
Awesome. Thank you. So you guys can copy that out of the chat, I think, or write it down. And maybe we can even post it after I post the replay so everyone can have that.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. Thank you.
So, Catherine, anything else you'd like to bring through or talk about?
That's the main message. Just remember that it's a program and you can turn it off for that simple everyday junk. But for the bigger stuff that we're feeling right now, process it, do some kind of meditation, do what Kaylee suggested that lady says, or what I was saying earlier, gather the energy up in a ball, and just realize a lot of this fear is not yours right now. It's not. And the part that is yours, it's okay. You have to go through it and deal with it. Because I know I've had a lot of fears coming up that aren't even related to the virus. It's just like other stuff. And I'm like, oh, yeah, it's tweaking all of that right now. I just got to deal with it, But it's good because how can you can't change what you don't know, right? You can only know what you know. So it's good that it's bringing it to light so that we can move forward. So don't let it scare you that you're getting a fear. Don't get more fear over the fear. It's okay. Just work through it. And there's plenty of talented people here that can get you through it if you can't get through it yourself. Yeah.
And speaking of, what would be the best way for anyone to reach out? Because Catherine does one-on-one sessions, and she also does Akashic record reading, which is always a really powerful experience. So Catherine, what would be the best way?
Just go to my website, which is my name. It's Catherine with a C, ATHERINE. And then my last name is CATES.com. So that's probably the easiest way. Just find me on my name. Thank you, Jen. She just posted it.
Yeah, just type that in the chat.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Thank you.
And I've had the privilege and the honor and the pleasure of having private sessions with both of you, and I can highly recommend.
Oh, thank you.
Experiences. Yes. Both very powerful.
Some powerful ladies on this call today. Everybody.
Yes, ma'am. Mm-hmm.
Everybody that's here.
So anyone have any other questions before we just do a little closing meditation for Catherine or Brittany? Any other comments before we?
Time to put on our warrior goddess outfits and kick some butt.
That's right. Yes, all those aspects of goddess. Yeah, absolutely. All right. Well, I will. I actually didn't have any plan for today. Sometimes I get an insight and sometimes I don't. So I'm just gonna connect into everyone, and we'll just see where we go. We have just a few more minutes. So if you want to just kind of drop into your body and close your eyes. And let yourself now just be in a receiving mode. Just feeling a little bit of heart energy. So I invite you to place your hands on your heart and just breathing in calm and connection, connecting into your divinity. And let's bring through an energy of gratitude, having appreciation for yourself, for being here, for being on this planet at this time. Grateful for your uniqueness, and having compassion for all of who you are, all of who you've been, and all of who you will be. We're just going to ask to set that vibration of unconditional self-love and compassion to be held in your body, in your cells, and in your energy field. Embracing all that you are. And let's imagine that we're going to turn up that beautiful, powerful soul light of you now. Connecting into the truth of you, the light of you in all aspects. Any part of you feeling judgment, fear, less than, just embrace and bring that kindness and compassion and complete acceptance to any part of you feeling less than. Bona soto paarea o soto kia shonomo okua sadia sotonia kia. E korore sa iane sotoroyane e mo o ane e koa soniane e sotoyane a kwani ikia. Kore e soto ore hana iokonia na soto pania soto kwani e kora sata yoshoria satoniane mere konia soto porukua. Etania sotonia marea sotoroko pare sotoniara shatoriane e karu hurto orosia na shukuani iki. Kora sotoriane e kanukurkiana arastaka. Oare o. Wano moroa soa ioa. E korosata yana morukiania tarukora sotoriasi. Aya sotokani e sotokuriene me e koteara sotokupara sotoria satania aya kete orukia. Ore sotoniania tanana mor satania shukwania sotoniana mia kusua. E parea sotokania shodai kia nie sotonia shania soma ara sotoriaria no korea shotokua satania rea satiki. Kopara sata are shotoro ki enere soto kukania sotora. Para sotonoyara morquara, dotoro oro satiania, sotonia maro sotoya, sotoria, sotoyana, shatikia. Placing your hands on your heart, just honoring yourself in this sacred body at this sacred time and on this sacred earth. Ke moro shodaya ne e sotaya okaya ne shotoro oroya satana moshia sataku. Kupara sota ano oro sotayane e kaniaso. You are honored. You are loved. And remember, there's always peace. Kemowa sotoyane me ewania sotokwaya shoa sania sotoyane me kiwa. Yanamia wakiane e kode enema sotokikia soto. Just taking some nice deep breaths, letting all the energy that has been transmitted today just settle into your body, connecting into the earth. Remembering what Britt said, like the earth is you and you are the earth, and feel that connection now. Feel that oneness. I forgot when Britt was doing her transmission, I was having this image of like me hugging the planet and her hugging me back, and we were like intertwined, and I forgot about it till just now. So, thank you, Roseanne. She said, all very special and powerful. And thank you, everyone, for your contribution. Just being here amplifies, your contribution, not just to that transmission of sending that out, but also into the space. Like as you are receiving, you are also contributing. So acknowledging yourself for that. Thanks, Renee. She says, beautiful. Thank you, everyone. Thanks, guys.
Thank you guys all so much. And what Jen said, it really does make a difference to what energies I bring through. Like the more people, the more energies I can tap into. And so each of you played a significant role in creating what went on here today. And I really, really, really want you to know that each of you are so very special and have such divine, amazing energies coming out of each of you, and I am grateful to be able to receive from each of you as well.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Thank you.
She said. Yeah. Catherine, any closing comments before we end our?
Sorry, I was just on the chat. I was saying thank you to everyone for being here. I didn't get fish typing it, so thank you everyone for being here. It's an amazing group of people, some awesome energy. Thanks everybody for sharing, and thanks mostly Jen for setting it up. Good job.
Thank you.
Thank Jen so much. You're so amazing. If we could all just contribute some love and energy to Jen for always
Yeah.
being so wonderful and supportive to all the leaders that she brings in, and connecting with her so she can feel that what she's doing. And Jen, I mean that because without you, I probably wouldn't be who I am today without your support. And so makes me want to cry to acknowledge how much of a light you are for the leaders and way showers of this planet right now. So thank you so much for being so pure and giving with your energy.
Oh, thanks, Britt.
Thank you, Jen.
You guys are supposed to make me cry today.
Love you.
All well deserved, Jen.
Thank you. I love you all. I'm
You rock.
grateful we were able to do this together. Like, how
I know.
fun.
Isolation isn't so bad when you got your chickies on the phone.
That's right. That's right. Yeah. The homeschooling crisis this morning feels a lot lighter now.
Good.
That's good.
All right. Well, I'll share the recording. Thank you guys so much. Much love to everyone who's here, and have a wonderful week. And we'll be back next week.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Awesome.
Thanks, Catherine. Thanks, everyone.
Bye, PJ.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, Sam. Bye.